Well. That was get the blood pumping, heart monitoring, all the medical devices. The Rams found a way to defeat the Seattle Seahawks in a big Week 11 division matchup, going to 8-2, taking the lead in the NFC West. If you're a Seattle Seahawks fan watching this, good game all around. We'll see you in a couple weeks, that's for sure, and we'll get our heart medication ready for that game. But the reality is this came down to a missed field goal. A missed field goal, but also forcing the Seahawks to take field goals, right? They only got one touchdown on the game. The Rams defense played really well this game. Able to pick off Sam Darnold 4 times, Kam Kinchens 2 interceptions, and I'll talk a little bit more about him in a bit. But phenomenal performance by this Rams defense. So many positives to take away from this. Absolutely, you can look at this with a very critical eye and be like, you know what, the Rams got to be a little more efficient on offense. But at the same time, they didn't have many opportunities, right? Let me share my screen here because sharing is caring, all that jazz. But let's talk about this game here, and I'll get to my 3 stars in a moment. But time of possession, the Seahawks almost had 40 minutes of time of possession, right? 37 minutes. Let me zoom in there a little bit. 37 minutes and 49 seconds. The Seahawks were able to hog the ball this game. And what I actually appreciate in previous years, this kind of game, the Rams actually often would lose. This would be a stat sheet where the Rams would lose. But the Rams were able to hold the Seahawks to field goals, force them to settle for 3. And, they got the 1 touchdown, but you held a very efficient Seahawks offense under 20 points. And that's how you win, right? That's how you win a big game here when the Rams were able to, pick off Sam Darnold and actually, use a short field to get touchdowns. That's the difference in this game, right? If you look at it, like total plays, the Seahawks had 79 to the Rams 50, right? Like almost 30 more plays. And total yards, the Seahawks had 414 to the Rams 249. There just wasn't many opportunities for it. So my 3 stars of this game, though, I'm totally going to give the first one to Kam Kinchens. That's clear. There's 2 interceptions of the 4 today, and they were in clutch big moments that stole momentum away from the Seahawks. Kam Kinchens, give him his flowers. He played so well today. I'm also gonna give my 2nd star of the game to Ethan Evans. Now, I can't stress enough. He had a couple of good punts this game, but that punt at the end, that might have been the best punt I've ever seen in my life. It was a perfect punt, and there was no help from the punt coverage, really. It was just a perfect punt at the 1-yard line. And in that moment, that's the equivalent to Puka making a diving catch in the end zone late in the game, right? Because you don't want, when your team had the ball and you're only ahead 2 points and the other team has 1 timeout, ideally you're not punting the ball back to them, but that's what the Rams had to do. And when Ethan Evans pinned them at the 1 with the perfect punt, and I can't stress enough, the perfect punt, I knew the Rams that was exactly what needed to happen in that game. It put the Seahawks in such a awkward predicament. They did well to get into a difficult field goal range, he was going for a 61-yarder, but to put them in that situation late in the game, sure, they had the 1 timeout, but you can't say enough good things about Ethan Evans. He is a weapon for this Rams special teams. And I know that, the special teams of the Rams often gets criticized this year, but you can't say Ethan Evans isn't doing his part, especially that's a game-winning punt. Absolutely. I can't say enough good things about that. So Kam Kinchens, Ethan Evans, the first 2 stars of the game. And my 3rd and final star of this game is going to be Kyren Williams. He didn't have many opportunities, as I mentioned before, just with the time of possession, and the Rams didn't really have the ball that much. But 92 yards, touchdown. He had some tough runs in there to help milk the clock. And, I'm not naive. I know that the Seahawks did a lot to lose this game, right? With the 4 turnovers, there was some questionable clock management by the Seahawks on their final 2 drives of the game. But the Rams made the plays you had to make to find a way to win this game. And yeah, it came down to a field goal. Thankfully, the Seahawks missed it. If the Seahawks make that, we're having a very different conversation. But it doesn't matter. The game is over. The Rams have won, and we're gonna have some fun. I, I, if you look forward to the next couple games, you got the Buccaneers next week. There's a lot of NFC opponents left in the Rams schedule that the Rams are going to have opportunities to get, that number 1, number 2 seed, depending on what happens, with the Eagles and Lions and other teams. But this, make no mistake, this is a massive Rams win. This is one of the biggest wins this season that the Rams will have. And I'm so thankful that, the midnight jerseys are 1-0. Very thankful for that. And the Rams looked pretty fresh out there. And now, questions I am asking in this game, and I heard Jake Ellenbogen talk about this on his stream, and I've seen a lot of Ram fans talk about this, is there something to be said about the usage of Kyren Williams to Blake Corum? The offense just seemed to be so much better when Kyren is on the field. And not that Corum isn't still developing. He's a young back, but it just seems like Kyren is on another level with this offense, with what they can do. So definitely that's a question I'm asking is, just what is exactly the plan here with this split system that McVay is implementing in a game like this. But, not to say that it can't work in other games, but in this game, it just seemed like Kyren was the hot hand, and you'd like to see him run the rock with them. The other question I'm asking in this game is this Rams pass rush. They were able to put pressure on Darnold late in the game, and that's when we needed them to, absolutely. But was there maybe and maybe Seattle just did a really good job of game planning for them, but Sam Darnold had a lot of time in that pocket, right? And especially, early on in this game. And, I still will always give the flowers. The Rams held them out of the end zone a lot, right? It made them settle for field goals when if they score touchdowns, this game is very different. But is this Rams pass rush, are they prone to starting slow in a game? That's my question, right? And we've seen some flashes of fast starts for them, but I would obviously you'd love to see your highly praised pass rush really take over a game and have dominate from start to finish. And maybe that just isn't happening against a good team like the Seahawks. Who knows, right? But we'll see what happens with the Buccaneers next week. I think the Rams pass rush will definitely be a major factor in that game that I'm curious about as well. Let me know your thoughts, your concerns, your questions in the comments below. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to my epic watch party for this game. We got over 5,000 subscribers on the channel. I'll be trying to do a live stream for that later this week. But as always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. Appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, live stream on First Down Rams on Wednesday with Rams House. So excited for that. Love to see you all there. And of course, I'll be live next Sunday night when the Rams take on the Buccaneers.
Thank you very much.